All right, guys, good morning. It is about 8 a.m. It's about when I usually start my day. Normally on this channel, I actually made this channel originally to do some flying vlogs, but honestly I don't get to fly a ton. I only get to fly here and there, and when I do, I don't really get to fly very far or anything, so didn't really have time to do too many flying vlogs. And my business is my life. I'm there basically every single day, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to make some daily vlogs of my business because what I do is I own an RV dealership, and I feel like the RV and auto dealer world is so kind of top secret and nobody really knows much about it, or they think they know a lot about it but they really don't. So I kind of just want to take you guys along on my daily stuff, show you guys how I buy, how I sell, all the financing that goes behind it, where we get our deals from, what the auctions are like, why do I go to the auction, why I don't go to the auction a lot actually. Just a little bit of everything that most people don't really get to see. I think you guys might be kind of interested in. A little bit about me. I'm 27 and I own my own RV dealership right here called, oh, hold on, I'm driving, which is not very smart, but Basecamp RV Sales. I'm out here in Rocklin, California. I've had a dealership now for 3 years. I've been buying and flipping cars since I was in high school. Got my first car when I was 15 and a half. It was a 1972 C10 pickup truck. Our parents told each of us kids that we had $6,000 for our first car. That was what they were going to give us. So I bought the 72 C10 pickup for $6,000. I put a new seat cover on it and just gave it like a really good detail, and put a little chrome air filter on it, and I flipped it for like $7,500 before I even turned 16. I never even got to drive it on the road, and I made like $1,000, and I was like, I couldn't believe how much money I just made, and it was the coolest thing ever. And once I got a taste of buying and selling things like that and making quick cash, I did not turn back. By the time I graduated high school, when I was a senior, at my senior graduation, I drove my 13th truck to my senior graduation. So by the time I was a senior, I already had 13 vehicles, which is pretty crazy now that I'm thinking about that. So it's something I've always wanted to do. I didn't know, just like most people, I didn't know really anything about owning a dealership or getting my auto dealer's license or nothing like that. So I ended up getting it when I was 23. I'm 27 now, so I'm going on 4 years with a dealership. But I got it when I was 23, started off in a little tiny office and warehouse, which is how I recommend everybody start, because there's a lot of learning to do. You're gonna make mistakes and stuff, obviously, just like with any business. So starting off in a small place with a very, very low overhead, I mean like the lowest possible overhead you can get. My first place, my rent at my shop was $900 a month, so it was pretty cheap. I went bare minimum on all my insurances and everything like that. From there, I got a little bit bigger of a lot up in Auburn, and what I did was I specialized in lifted trucks and four-wheel drives. That was kind of like my niche market that I knew so well, just because I'd been doing it since I was in high school. That's all I knew. And honestly, how I got most of my inventory was through Craigslist, and I still to this day get a lot of my inventory through Craigslist. So real quick break, because I'm going to show you guys the most important part of being a dealer and how we survive on a day-to-day basis, and it's this secret right here. Starbucks. So pause this video, I have a mobile order waiting, I'll be right back. All right, I have cold brew every single morning. I think it's how I survive. Unfortunately, I probably spend way too much money at Starbucks, but it is what it is. It's really good. So anyways, back to starting it. There's so much to learn, and honestly, today's vlog, I kind of just want to give you guys a little bit of a background about how I got started, because that's probably my #1 asked question on Instagram or just in person or whatever, is how'd you get started, or how'd you do this. I'm gonna dive way deeper into that on some other vlogs. But this one, I just kind of want to bring you guys along for day-to-day stuff so you guys kind of see. After I got the place in Sac, like I said, I went to a smaller place in Auburn. I was there for about 2 years, just doing trucks and trailers. Towards the very end, I got a little taste of RVs and travel trailers. A couple of my friends' parents asked me to consign their travel trailers on my lot. And I honestly was just like, sure. I mean, I had the room on the lot, so I thought, okay, whatever. So I consigned the travel trailers on my lot, and they sold like that weekend so fast, and I made more money on those than I did on my trucks. And so me being a entrepreneur, or whatever you want to call it, saw a better path there, I guess you could say. So I kind of slowly started doing some more RVs and travel trailers. Then I made some really good connections in RVs and travel trailers as far as wholesale goes. And then I basically switched my entire business model to RVs and travel trailers. And that's where I'm at now. So I was at Auburn for about 2 years. Then I left Auburn and I did wholesale for about a year. So wholesaling, without going too deep, is where I buy direct from dealers or private party or auction, and I sell direct to dealers or auction. You cannot sell to the public, so I was not selling to the public at all for the last, not this last year, I've been at retail, but last year I was at wholesale only. So I was only selling at the auction and to other dealers. One of the dealers that I was wholesaling to was in Rocklin, and he had a kind of a small lot, and I knew that he was kind of going through some stuff. So he kind of already knew, but I told him, hey, if you ever end up leaving this spot, let me know. I'd love to, have it. And sure enough, about a month later, he called me and said, hey, I don't want this place anymore. You can have it. So met with the landlord and him, and we came up with a new lease agreement for me, and I went ahead and leased the building. Did a lot of like little renovation. I painted the building, put new floors in, put a new wall in. I kind of spruced it up. I think I still have some raw footage of that. Unfortunately, I was going to start my vlogging back then, but I didn't, and now I'm finally just getting started. So if I have some footage I can find on my computer, you probably just watched a little bit of it about the renovation part of it. So anyways, I got this building. And this location is right on Rocklin Road off I-80 in Rocklin, California, which we're about 25 minutes east of Sacramento. So it's been an awesome, awesome location. I would also like to add that for the last 3 years, I've been doing this by myself. I buy them, I detail them, I clean them up, I fix them for the most part. Like small repairs, anything big I have mechanics do, but small repairs, I take the pictures, I list them, I do the financing, I do the paperwork. I've done everything for the last 3 years, which is amazing because I've learned every aspect front to back of this business. And I would suggest, if this is something that you're looking at doing, to do it that way. I just this year started hiring employees, and now I'm at 3 employees. And I will say that the employees have taken me to the next level, having 2 sales guys, a full-time detail guy. All I focus on now for the most part is buying. So that's my big thing, is building relationships with wholesalers and getting the best deals I can, buying in bulk, doing everything I can to get the best deal. It's a little nerve-wracking knowing that I, am responsible for 3 other people's income, which is kind of scary. And it's stressful sometimes, but especially if it gets a little slow. And if anyone tells you this business is always good, they're lying, because you have really, really good months and then you have really, really bad months. It goes both ways. So, but for the most part, it's pretty good. I actually have a detail guy. His name's Ollie. He's a full-time, but he's actually going back to school. So he actually gave me his 2 weeks a couple days ago. So one of the things that's part of being a business owner is put an ad out and looking for another detail guy, which I found and interviewed yesterday, and he actually starts this morning at 9 o'clock. So I'm on my way in. Today's his first day. He's going to kind of shadow Ollie, and he's going to kind of show him what we do on a daily basis from a new arrival unit getting at the lot. I've learned that systems are probably the biggest thing, from reading books and listening to podcasts and everything. Business, putting systems in place for your business has probably been the most helpful thing out of everything. I have a dialed system of when a unit gets to the lot in inventory, it comes in, it gets inspected, it gets ran through, it gets hooked up, everything gets checked out, it gets detailed, it gets stickered, it gets pictured, it gets posted. I mean, for the short series of it, that's my system as far as getting new inventory in. So we are almost to work, and I'm gonna show you guys my day-to-day stuff. And today should be pretty fun because I gotta go pick up some more inventory today, so you'll get to see what the wholesale lot looks like here in a little bit. And I'm actually getting a pretty cool unit in today, if it's the one I think it is. It might be another one, but we're gonna find out. So let's shoot over to Basecamp, and I will introduce you guys to the employees when they get there. But first I'll show you around the lot and show you guys what it's like at the office. See you in a minute. All right, now for the fun stuff. We're actually here at Basecamp now. This is my dealership. I'll kind of give you guys a little walk around. It's not huge, it's not crazy, it's not special, but special to me. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I love this place. The location's great. As you can see, the road, frontage road, not even a frontage road, but a main road is right here. So super busy, but of course, as I'm saying that, not a single car drives by. But normally, I promise you, there's like thousands of cars every day that drive by there. My intro today is a little long, I know that, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background about how I got started and all that. And of course, like I said, I'll dive deeper into that, and I'll dive deeper into how I got the business loans and the credit lines and all that stuff to get going, because not everybody has $1 million to start a dealership. So the way you do it is you get credit lines and you get business loans. So, and it doesn't take $1 million, I'm exaggerating, but anyways, I'll dive deeper into that in another time. All right. Today is a delivery day for a sold unit. So we just played a little bit of Tetris and moved some of the units around. I have a spot that I park all of our sold units at out front for the customers when they come in to pick up the unit. This one's already been signed for, paid for, everything's done. So we're gonna hook it all up. So when the customer gets here, the lights are on, the AC is on, the fridge is on, everything is on, showing them that it works and it's ready to go. So I got Mike with me again. He's in training, so you guys are all learning together. So we have our power cords right here in the shop, and we're gonna need 2 of these because, here Mike, grab one of those, because it's kind of a far reach from the shop to the actual travel trailer. So right here we have our power supply. So travel trailers are 30 amp power, so we're gonna plug in a 30 amp power right here, like that. And then we're gonna run this extension cord. Grab that one too. And then you're gonna plug in that extension into this extension.
It's 30 amp yellow?
Yeah, not always, but all of my 30 amp powers are yellow right now. So we're gonna run this as far as it will run. Cool, so you can just drop it right there, that's fine. These cords in here are pretty long. So this is gonna be our 30 amp power supply right here for the trailer. So I'm gonna grab this, and we're just gonna pull this out. And then this is gonna connect right here, straight in to the building. Boom, we have power. All right, then you guys can see that this one is sold and parked out front. So I just had my truck move it, but this is where the customer will hook up to it. Boom, sold. What you know about that? So this is the front area where we do our deliveries. Then this right here, we're gonna go slide out. Oh wait. This is what happens when you try and make a vlog and you're not paying attention and you hit awning out, not slide out. Whoops. All right, we'll put that awning back in. Okay, slide out room, which is right next to the awning button. Now we go slide out. This is gonna move the slide out. Then we're gonna turn on the fridge. Just a little on button right there. And from here, we're gonna do a couple other things, turn the air on, we got the fridge on, check a few other little things, and it's ready to go for pickup. We've already done the post-sale inspection on it, so we've already hooked it up for the 3rd time and ran through everything to make sure it's all in working condition before the customer comes and picks it up. And we're gonna finish this one up and continue with the day. All right, in the truck, on the road, heading to Wells Fargo. I gotta go deposit that check that I just got in, and then also I'm gonna check on a business loan that I applied for on Monday. One reason I get good deals on inventory is because I make big like bulk purchases from my wholesalers, and I made my biggest purchase amount like 7 or 8 units at one time from a wholesaler just this last week for over 150,000. So that was a big one, and I don't even have all the cash for that right now because most of my cash is already out on inventory. So I went and applied for a $100,000 business line of credit to help bridge that, so I can get that inventory out of there. There's like that good old saying of jump off a bridge or a cliff or whatever and build the airplane on the way down. That's what you do a lot as a business owner, I've learned. So most of pretty much all my inventory right now, I own cash. So with all that cash being out on inventory, and then I have units that are sold that I'm waiting on financing. Anyways, this business is very, very cash flow, capital intensive. You know, you have 3 units that are $25,000 that are out on finance waiting for money or whatever. That's $75,000 in cash that is out of your account for a week, just waiting on getting that money back from a bank or whatever it is. So between that, bridge that with a business line of credit from the bank. And it's been like 2 days since I applied. So I'm gonna go right now and go check on it, and fingers crossed that I got it, because I got a whole bunch of inventory I want to go pick up. So I've been picking up little pieces at a time, the smaller stuff that I have the cash for right now, but waiting on that business loan to come through, hopefully today. So let's go find out. All right, just got out from the bank. Not bad news, but haven't heard back on the approval yet. I submitted it Monday morning for the business loan, and they told me that it would take up to 48 hours, and it's been over 48 hours now. So kind of worrying a little bit, but I hope it goes through. If you guys are in the dealer world, then you're probably wondering why I don't just use what's called flooring. Basically, it's a line of credit for designed for dealerships. I do have a flooring line. It's through AFC. My limit with them is like 350,000, and I like not even barely using them right now. I think I have 1 unit on there. The problem with flooring is that they have to have the title and everything for the units for me to get funded on it. When I buy wholesale from other dealers, I have to have that cash right now, right there. They don't give me titles for another, usually it's about 2 weeks after I pay for it. I'll get all my titles from the wholesaler after I buy it. So unfortunately, in situations like this, the flooring doesn't really work. So the only way to do it is get cash loans through the bank when I am low on cash due to already having a ton of inventory. Normally, I wouldn't have bought this much inventory when I already have almost a lot full of inventory. One, because most of my money is already out, but it was a really good deal. I got a whole bunch of really, really good pieces of inventory for a great price. So it's hard to turn that down, and I can't turn that down, so I'll figure out other ways. It's how I've done this whole time. If something like that comes up, I always say yes, and I'll figure it out later. So my solution is business loan through the bank, which I've never actually done like an actual cash loan, business loan through my Wells Fargo bank before, but hopefully it all works out. My banker told me she's gonna call me this afternoon. She said she should have an answer by this afternoon. It's not all bad news. I have some really, really good news too. When I left Wells Fargo, they had Dum-Dums back in stock, baby. This is like the death of me. I'm in the bank probably every day, if not twice a day, doing deposits and withdrawals and stuff. And I'm like a Dum-Dum fiend. And they always make fun of me because I get them every time I go in there, but they've been out, but now they're back in. So I'm gonna enjoy this Dum-Dum and head back to work. The trailer I showed you guys earlier, the awning's ripped, so I got my guys just starting on the awning out front. The awning's like the first thing that we want to get replaced. It's one of the first things that people notice is if you have a ripped awning. So I highly suggest if you're gonna flip trailers, always fix the awning. Let's go check it out and watch them do an awning job. Whoa, Almost killed me, but I'm good. Back to the bank for the second time today. Gotta go get a check for a piece of inventory. I was waiting to try and get a motor home out of there, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen, so I'm gonna go get a fifth wheel. And I gotta check on my loan because I still haven't heard from the business banker, which is driving me crazy. Like waiting on this loan to pick up a whole bunch more of the inventory. I'm just kind of been like nitpicking my stuff out of there right now until I can get it all at one time. Plus we're trying to make room on the lot for everything coming in because I'm already kind of full with inventory, so I'm going to be like super stacked full of stuff. We have a customer picking up a sold unit that I showed you guys this morning at 4 o'clock, so that's why I'm going to go get a trailer, another one right now, and put that in place of that one. Keep that lot as full as we can. So just pulled up to the bank, gonna get a check for the fifth wheel, then we're gonna head down to Sacramento where I'm gonna pick it up, and I will see you guys down there. Cool. Almost made it out of there. I did, about 5 minutes away, and then my guys called me and were like, hey, do you have the keys for one of the trailer's tongue locks? And then I look in my door and cha-ching, I forgot them. So turning around, heading back to the office, drop off keys, and then back down to Sacramento. Okay, bye. All right, back at base camp. Just for these little guys right there. And my food's ready, almost ready. Oh, hey bud. There's the keys. Say hi.
Hey.
This is Bud, my sales guy. Yeah, I know. I need to get that still. Have them use the hot water extractor vacuum, because that works as a shop vac too for right now.
We got that push one too.
Yeah, and we have that one. Yeah. All right. Hey Branson, come here. Come say hi. This is Branson, my other sales guy.
Hello.
He's got big muscles, but he doesn't hurt. All right, back on the road again. Shout out to Garden of Eden in Roseville. If you're in Sacramento area, Roseville, Rocklin, Auburn, Garden of Eden is where it's at for lunch. I probably eat here like 3 or 4 days a week because it's super convenient and close. And Ash is the owner, and he's a pretty cool dude. So shout out to Ash and Garden of Eden. So good. The best lunch spot ever. I should probably stop driving with my knee and recording and eating and vlogging so I don't die. Be a good idea. All right. Oh, we are here. Storage lot. This is almost, well, this is some of their new inventory too, but this is the trade-in I'm picking up. Oh yeah. Oh, having a backup camera is amazing. Even though it's a fifth wheel, it still helps. And let's not smash my tailgate on my brand new truck. So let's go flip it down. Ah, it's dead, of course. These batteries are always dead here when they sit in storage because they sit here for a couple weeks before they're ready to pick up, so it's dead. But luckily the lot guy said he has a jumper box, so hopefully it works. There's a kill switch right there. Let's see if that's what it was. Come on. Nope, still dead. All right, jump time it is. All right. Okay. Now let's give it a shot. Still nothing. All right.
Well, it may be.
It might just be, oh, yep, that might be it. Okay. There's a lot of loose wires in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that somebody disconnected this motor. Still nothing. I just tried to put these wires together, but just to get it going, but I still don't have anything. Nothing. All right, well, hand crank it is. All right, got it manually cranked up and click, perfect. All right, trailer's attached. Now we do a quick walkthrough before we take off with it, and I want to see the inside of it. All right, we are nearing the end of the day. I'm back at the dealership. Brought this new one that we just got in, the Raven, that you guys just saw. We got the slides all out and open, so you can see how nice and big it is in here. It's got opposing slides, rear entertainment with a nice big rear window. We got a kitchen island and a free knife set. It's pretty rad. Cool part about doing the RV stuff is like a treasure hunt. So every time something new comes in, we go through all the cabinets, the drawers, storage areas, and we see what is left behind. We found some pretty cool stuff. We get like lots of free hitches, cookware, silverware, but cookware, silverware, I don't take, it's kind of weird. But the only thing I will take is these knives because I need knives for home. So that's kind of cool, get some free stuff. You can see nice big kitchen, big separate fridge, and then up here again into the master with the slide out. So now you can actually see that there's some room up here. So anyways, super stoked on this unit. We should make some good money on this one. Tomorrow it's gonna go into detail and recon, gonna get checked out, make sure everything's good to go. I do know that the landing gear in the front isn't working because you guys saw earlier that that's a nightmare, but it never goes smooth on pickup. I feel like every time I go there, it's like batteries are dead, landing gears don't work, blah, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, we'll have to have that fixed. I'll have them look at that tomorrow. That Coachman, that Freedom Express right there, that I showed you guys first thing this morning, that's getting picked up here real quickly at 4 o'clock, except it's almost 4:30 and they're not here yet. So we'll just do a follow-up with them and see where they're at. But they should be here any minute. We're gonna get them all hooked up. They've already paid for it, done all the paperwork. So we're gonna do a quick walkthrough with them. We do a new customer walkthrough. So every time someone buys a unit on delivery like today, we have everything hooked up. We run through all the systems, how everything works, show them their brand new trailer, and people are way excited, and we get them hooked up and on their way. So we're gonna do this delivery this afternoon, and then after that, I think we're gonna be out of here because it kind of slowed down a little bit this afternoon. So hopefully we'll be out of here by about 6 or so, but we'll see how the delivery goes. It's the end of the day. Everyone has gone home, all the guys. Our inventory is locked up and we did a lot walk and everything is good to go. It's probably really echoey in here, so actually I'm gonna go outside. Everything in here is turned off, so it's actually time to lock up. So let's get this done. So real quick, the Wildcat from the other day, it's sitting over there in the back. There's a few more things I noticed my detail guys missed on it, so I'm gonna have them do that in the morning. Once that's done, then we're gonna move this Raven back there, the one that came in today. It's sitting out front, getting ready to go into the back to get detailed and PDI'd. So as soon as that goes in the back, we'll get going on that thing, which will be tomorrow. Thanks for taking a ride with me today. I know it's kind of all over the place. My future vlogs will be more like based on certain things, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I do on a day-to-day basis and what goes behind it. I know the intro, if you made it this long, congratulations. It's a lot of talking, but there's a lot of explaining to do. There's so much in this industry and this business to learn. Just trying to tell it all to you in one day is impossible. So just kind of want to take you guys a ride along. You'll learn more as we go. I'll do more specific vlogs based on certain things in the future. If you liked this video, do me a favor, give it a good old thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And there's gonna be more videos coming out here real soon. I'm gonna try and do about one a week about what happened that week at work. So all kinds of stuff coming soon. All right guys, thanks, see you.